All right, welcome back to part 4 of the proper programming, or programming the perfect workout. Shit, I don't even remember what I called it. Okay, so the last video we talked about what movements, as far as like quad dominance, hip dominant, or posterior chain, pushing, pulling, things like that. Okay, so let's get a little bit more specific back into our goal that we determined on video 1. And let's kind of go through the rep ranges on what we need to look at as far as helping us determine what's the best way to construct the workout itself. So now this is just a basic overview. I understand there's variations, and even I'll manipulate things all over the place sometimes depending on the level of the person I'm working with, okay? So 1, we got heavy, reps 1 through 4, okay? Naturally, that'd be more for someone who's trying to gain a lot of strength, all right? We've got functional strength between reps of 5 and 7, okay? This is gonna give us a lot of strength, but a little bit more size added to it, okay? We have hypertrophy, which is more from like reps of 8 to 12, all right? We have metabolic conditioning, or lactate, which would be more like from 12 reps to 20 reps. And then we have conditioning. Now, conditioning is not just rep protocols, but that also could just be sprinting and so on, all right? So we had talked about primary goals, and we also talked about secondary goals to help assist with our primary goals. So let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at heavy 1 through 4 reps and functional strength 5 through 7 reps with the emphasis on strength, okay? So what I mean by that is we're gonna do a lot of 1 through 4 as our main workout, and then our second rep ranges inside the workout, if we're going to combine them, will be functional strength, all right? Now, if we're trying to gain size and strength, but we're more focused on gaining more size, then we would use functional strength patterns such as still 5 and 7, but we would combine it with 8 and 12, all right? So that way we're working more in the parameters of hypertrophy. Now, if we are gearing ourselves toward maintaining muscle mass, but still like losing weight, depending on our diet, then we would combine our hypertrophy protocols of 8 to 12 reps with our metabolic conditioning of 12 to 20 reps, okay? So there's a lot of different ways we can manipulate this. Now, also, conditioning is kind of sometimes lost, and people feel that conditioning is only used during fat loss, and that's not true whatsoever, all right? So 1, conditioning can be used up here for strength training, because a lot of guys will use the conditioning tools such as carries and sled pushes and sled pulls as actually auxiliary lifts and assistant lifts to help with their primary goal, but it adds conditioning automatically, so it's a plus for them, all right? If you use your conditioning tools such as carries and sled pulls and sled pushes and things like that, and you don't have it super heavy, but you have enough to where you can accumulate a lot of time under tension, then you're gonna start falling more into the functional strength category, okay? So if your goal is to gain size, but still be a badass if someone touches you, you'll have more functional strength from carrying Atlas stones and things like that. Now, for fat loss, you would use conditioning more of like, there's more your sprinting routines and things like that to help facilitate in the fat loss and post-exercise oxygen consumption and so on, all right? So I hope that kind of sheds a little light on the breakdown of rep ranges on how to properly program your workout for the perfect workout, and stay tuned for the final steps.